सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागतदीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणे सर्वसाधिहरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. Mother in all of you, pranams at the feet of revered Matajis, and welcome, very hearty welcome to each one of you to this very special retreat on Shakti Sadhana. Why did we choose this topic? It is because many of us are doing Shakti Sadhana, but somehow the significance is not known. Many people asked me about it, so I thought we should put it into a retreat. And we do this sadhana many times in the year, at least twice a year we do it. But then we should know everything about it, how to do it, why it is done most of all, and what is exactly the vidhi, and whom are we trying to please through this puja? Who is she? We will be discussing extensively all these aspects. So this is a very kind of technical kind of retreat. I am going to go deep into the scriptures of Shakta philosophy. I am going to go into the Chandi, Devi Mahatmya, and also quote from the Lalita Sahasranam. So we will put everything together and take home as much knowledge as we can on Shakti Puja, which is very important. You know why? Shall I tell you why in very simple terms? Now suppose I tell you, you are the Atman. That is your real nature. Only you think you are the body and mind. Do you realize this? If I just tell you this much. Tattvamasi. Is it a realization? No, for most of us it's a thought. It's a nice thought. Well, I am the Atman. Good. What converts a thought into a realization? What is it that converts a concept into an actualization? What is it that converts an idea into wisdom, knowledge, experience? It is only the Divine Mother who can give the actual knowledge or that light of enlightenment, that exact effulgence of the Atman as an experience to us. Otherwise it's an idea, it's a thought. Thoughts are also good, it's good to think about the Atman. But what converts a thought of awareness into pure awareness is the power of the force of vitality behind it. If that is not there, we will only be thinking about the divine. We will not become divine. See, many of us have this problem, isn't it? We know quite a lot about Vedanta today. We know about the scriptures, but no solid experience. Without Shakti Puja, there cannot be experience. For the simple reason, your vitality is involved in the realization. Now, we will dwell deeply into this idea because it is not commonly known. The 3 steps of Vedanta, all of you have heard about this, Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan. Through Manan and Nididhyasan, automatically realization is supposed to be achieved. Yes? But for most people, they know about the truth, but they are still asking, Mataji, but how do I experience it? How do you do it? So this is what we will discuss. See, without your entire vitality being involved in the process, realization will not happen. Thinking is one thing, realization is another thing. Thinking about realization is good, but it is not yet realization. So that is why Shakti Puja is required. See, a person like Sri Ramakrishna, we can't even call him a person, okay? God incarnate. Why did he do Shakti Puja? Why did he worship Mother? Why did Sri Ramachandra worship Mother? Why did Shankaracharya compose all those hymns on Mother? They were realized Isn't it avatar? Why did they worship Mother? Without Shakti, you can do nothing. And most of all in spiritual life. See, spirituality is not about a goody concept, Being goodness. Goodness is not spirituality. Goodness with force and power behind it which transforms is spirituality. So without this power element, Shakti, nothing actually can be achieved, neither in this material world nor in the transcendental world. So that's why she is, how she is described in the Chandi. Bhoga apavarga, both she gives. She is the giver of bhukti and mukti. Without Shakti, without force and power, nothing is possible. So then who is she? We will discuss this. Who is it that we are worshipping, and can we do without this worship? See, you may say, why Shankaracharya and Totapuri and all, they got the realization without actually worshipping Mother. Is it so? Totapuri, you remember? Sri Ramakrishna's Guru? Yes, he comes to Dakshineshwar and he is very impressed with Thakur and he knows that he is an aspirant after Vedanta, but he never visits Kali Mandir. He does not go to the Kali temple at all initially. And then all the Vedanta sadhana happens. The idea is this, in the life of Totapuri you will see, after Sri Ramakrishna's Advaita sadhana, after his realization, Totapuri stayed in Dakshineshwar for a long time. He usually would stay in a place only for 3 days. But he stayed 11 months in Dakshineshwar because of his attraction for Thakur. And it was such a marvelous bond between Guru and disciple. But still he had not gone to the Kali temple. Because his philosophy was the realization of Advaita Vedanta through the indomitable power of his will. And he had got the experience. So then he didn't believe in Prakriti and anything like this, so he didn't go to the temple. Then one fine day, he saw early in the morning, he had a terrible stomachache. It was dysentery, blood dysentery. And it persisted. Now, this was a person who lived in the knowledge of Brahman. But he could not shake his mind out of that pain. And he felt very disturbed. He thought, well, the unthinkable has happened to me. My mind dwells in Brahman, but I have become conscious of the body and the pain in the body. Then what is the use of such a life? I better end it. Anyway, my body has finished its purpose. I have realized Brahman in all its effulgence. I know who I am. So now I will give up this body in the Ganga. So what happened was he moved towards the Ganga. You know the story. And then he tried to drown himself. He moved step by step. He always felt the ground under his feet. Even when he went to the middle of the Ganga, in Dakshineshwar, he was still feeling the ground under his feet. There is no water enough in the Ganga to drown him. He found that. He reached the other shore. Still the ground is under his feet. How does he drown himself? Then he came back that way. And all this is happening in the very early hours of dawn. And then he understood that this is some other power. He said, oh Mahamaya, what is this happening? How can this happen? How can there be not enough water in the Ganga to drown me? What is happening, Mother? Tell me. And then it dawned on him that there is a power in this universe which was responsible for his realization and which is responsible now for his confusion. And then he felt the truth of Mother Kali then and there. See, this is the grace of the Divine Mother. And he rushed to the Kali temple and Sri Ramakrishna also came there. And then he said, Dekho, that's why I say always, my mother, she's there. It is only through this Divine Mother that the knowledge of Brahman becomes possible, and even the delusion that we have, that is also is due to her. It's all her power, because she is Trigunamai. All three gunas are in her, although she transcends the three gunas. See, you must understand the philosophical concept of Shakti. It is derived from Sankhya psychology. In Sankhya, there are two realities, isn't it? What are they? Purusha and Prakriti. What is Purusha? Purusha means consciousness. Purusha means consciousness. And all that is not conscious is termed Prakriti. So if you actually look at life as it is, most of the things are Prakriti. We ourselves, our body, mind, our thinking capacity, this world around us, the world of objects, even whatever appears as living, that is also Jada because it is not conscious in itself. It depends on Purusha to become conscious. It depends on Purusha to become conscious. That is when we call it non-conscious. So get these philosophical concepts clear. Consciousness is Purusha. All that is which is not conscious by itself is Prakriti. So then everything, almost every single thing in this universe falls under Prakriti. She is all that there is. And another difference in between Vedanta and Sankhya is, she has become all this. Not that this is an appearance in consciousness, as Vedanta says. No. It is called Parinamavad, which means the reality has transformed itself into all of this creation, Prakriti. So she is real and she is the cause behind this manifestation. It is she who makes the manifestation of Purusha as this world possible. She is the cause, she is the primordial cause. Without her, there will be no manifestation, there will be no three gunas, there will be no world, there will be no you and me. There will be no individuality, there will be no mind, no body, no thought. She is all that there is. Thakur used to say this, my mother is all that there is. Tini Shab Hoyeche. She has become everything. See the beautiful devotion of your heart, the light in your eyes, the knowledge which sparks in your soul, your words, your thoughts, your very body is all she. She has become all this. She is Prakriti, Parama Prakriti. She is the Adhishtatri of this universe. It is she who has made this manifestation of consciousness possible as human life. Every life. Without her, she is a substratum. Without her, no manifestation is possible. So how can we not worship her? She is the only key to the knowledge of the Purusha. She is the only way to that knowledge of the Supreme Brahman. So at that point, Totapuri realized this. And as soon as he realized it, he accepted Mother Kali. He understood there is another power which has enabled my knowledge. There is another power which decides all the experiences of our life. Shouldn't I be devoted to her? See, this is the way the Divine Mother teaches, At one point, even Swamiji did not believe in Mother. You know that story also very well. And how Thakur made him understand who Mother was. You remember that story? I think all of you know it. Naren comes and asks Sri Ramakrishna that please provide for my family so that I don't have to think about it. And then Thakur said, you go and pray to Mother, she is there in the temple, why should I pray for you? You go, she listens to everybody, she is everybody's mother. Then Swamiji went in front of Mother. He is a young lad, stood before her. And as soon as he saw her, look at the elevation of his mind. What did he pray for? Give me Jnana, oh Mother, give me devotion, give me Vairagya. Yes. Thrice this happened. 3 times he comes back and Thakur says, did you pray for the well-being of your family, for all that you require? Food and shelter and clothes. Did you pray for all that? He said, no. I completely forgot when I went before Mother. And Thakur said, go back, go and pray. Again he prayed the same thing. And again he comes back. 3 times this happens. It shows the elevation of Vivekananda's mind. And then, finally Vivekananda learns to accept Mother Kali. Thakur says, he blesses him after this incident and says, Thik ache, you will never lack food and clothing, your family will never lack that. But gradually, by degrees, Vivekananda, Naren is led to accept the Mother, and when he accepts the Mother, Thakur is so happy, so happy. He says, Avanaren maa ke mere. He was so delighted. Because without Shakti, actually speaking, there is no even manifestation of divinity. Not to speak of, seeing the world as it is. Even the manifestation of Brahman as this world is not possible without Shakti. Even Shankaracharya, realized this the hard way. Let me tell you that story also, it is very interesting. In the life of Shankaracharya, he also, he attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi and the knowledge of Brahman at a very young age. By the age of 16, his guru sent him to Kashi to preach Advaita Vedanta. And he became the greatest exponent of Advaita Vedanta. And you can't call him a philosopher, he is a man of realization. And one day what happened was, he was going to the ghat in Kashi to bathe. And probably it was Manikarnika only, that was the ghat. And when he was going there, he suddenly saw a corpse, a dead body on the steps of the ghat. And a lady sitting next to that body, covered with a white veil. So he thought most probably the husband has died and the wife is ailing. So now those narrow gullies in Kashi, so he told her mother, can you please move the body because I have to go to the ghat to take my bath. At once she told him, you yourself say everything is Brahman. Brahman alone is the truth. So even this is Brahman, this corpse is Brahman. Tell him to move. This stumped Shankaracharya, And then he thought, why it doesn't move? Because the life force has left it. So if the life force is not there, this lump of the body, which I am calling Brahman, will not do anything, cannot be activated. So then the cause of life is the life force, and this cosmic life force is what we are calling Mother Shakti. This is how he understood it. And then he looked at that woman, he understood she is no ordinary lady, otherwise how will she drive home such a great truth into the heart of Shankaracharya? And he looked at her and then he said, Mother, you have opened my eyes, who are you? And then she revealed herself. She was Mother Parvati and that corpse was Lord Shiva. They had come to give this knowledge to Shankaracharya that without Shakti there is no manifestation of consciousness as life. Whom are you worshipping? You should know that now. If we keep worshipping somebody and you don't know who that person is, what is the meaning? All life, you can only worship Shakti. Even today what we are calling Brahman, it is through the filter of your mind that you are understanding a very abstract principle. It is through Shakti that you are understanding Shiva. You are only worshipping Shakti, please note. So, Shakti Sadhana is fundamental aspect of Indian philosophical systems. In fact, this is a cradle of our civilization. And in the Indian spiritual tradition, it is so huge that it has given rise to heroic souls, the worship of the Divine Mother. The first hymns on the Divine Mother come right from the Rigveda. Just now what our sisters chanted, yes, that's coming from the Rigveda, 8,000 years back. Vak Ambridi Stotra on Devi Sutta. She composed it where she unites herself as it were with the Divine Mother and is showing us the force and the power of that being who has created this universe, who maintains it and who dissolves it. And then you will see that all great souls who have taken birth on this land have been Shakti worshippers. Starting from the great philosophers of this land to the spiritual saints, even Shivaji was such a great worshipper of the Divine Mother. And even so many of our freedom fighters. You know why? Everyone understands at some point in his life that without power, nothing is possible. Without force, nothing is possible. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, all of them have spoken about the necessity of Shakti Puja. It is what converts an idea into a realization for you. Otherwise, we would be stuck in the mind. It is by this power, this force that we get the power to transcend mind and experience the truth. first hand. So that is why the importance of Shakti Puja. And if this is left out of our spiritual tradition, you know what will be the scenario? You only have to believe, because you have no means to experience reality. You don't have the power, the Shakti, the force. You just have it. That's why in many religions, they are called faiths. Yes, the Western term for religion is faith. You have to believe, that's all. If you don't believe, you are a non-believer. You are a skeptic. So why should you believe if you can experience? It is Shakti that is required to experience. And that is why, see, if we lose this Shakti Sadhana, I'm telling you, the power behind it, the devotion behind it, you lose almost everything in your spiritual tradition. Because Mother is everything. She is not only the everything. Thakur used to put it very well. He used to say, this entire world is under the jurisdiction of my mother, under the jurisdiction of Ma Kali. And only when a man attains Samadhi, he gets a glimpse into the nature of reality as it is. But until then, everybody is under my mother. Everybody is under Shakti. We are in the jurisdiction of Shakti. How can you transcend this plane without worshipping her? That is why Shakti Sadhana. It is the most fundamental aspect of life. Please understand. We all know what mother is, because every creature on this planet comes through mother. So that bond, that feeling is already inherent in every being. If you can utilize that bhav, that feeling, and connect it to the ultimate reality, you will become a Shakti Sadhak, a worshipper of the Divine Mother of this universe. Because she comes as mother to all beings. She likes to be called mother. Swamiji used to say this, I believe in Kali. I cannot but believe that somewhere there is this divine feminine power which likes to be called mother. So just as a human mother protects and nourishes her child, just like that, the Divine Mother protects and nourishes the sadhak in this journey towards the ultimate. Without Shakti Sadhana, it is not possible. In fact, anybody who has done sadhana will understand this, that without power, you cannot realize. So now we will go into who is this Shakti whom we are talking about. What is her nature? How is she pleased? And how do we worship her? How do you actually perform Shakti Sadhana? So I am going to draw heavily from the Shakta philosophy. See, I want you to understand this. The philosophical background behind every practice is to be understood. Otherwise, we mess up with rituals. We will be doing something which we don't understand, and after some time you will get bored. And then you will say, iski kya zarurat hai? Should I do this? Why am I doing this? So the philosophical basis behind what you are doing is to be understood. What is the philosophical basis behind all these pujas? It is to appease or please the Divine Mother of the universe. That is why all these different forms of worship, different forms of yoga are all meant for that. It is to please that Divine Mother so that she activates our awareness, brings it to a level where you can intuit reality as it is. Without her grace, it is not possible. It is not at all possible, in fact. So, let us go a bit into the story of the Chandi, because it will describe for you who exactly is this Divine Mother, what is her nature, and how is it that we are all her children, and how do we worship her. Now, Chandi, as you know, is a vast scripture. So, how many of you are acquainted with this scripture? Raise your hands. Okay, at least half of you. The other half, maybe you require an introduction to it. The Chandi is also called the Devi Mahatmyam or the Durga Saptashati, which Madhuri spoke of. It's the same scripture. It comes from the Markandeya Purana. Now, the entire plot of the Chandi may appear mythical. Many historians say it's a mythical, allegorical story. But a myth is not unreality. Please understand this. A myth. There's a famous Platonic philosopher, how he described a myth. He said, a myth is not what did not exist, but what ever exists, but has been symbolically presented. It's a representation of an ever-present reality. The story of the Chandi is like that. Don't think these asuras existed once upon a time and got killed by mother. They exist even today, isn't it? In our societies, yes. In our hearts, yes. They are very much present. Mahishasura is present, Chandamunda is present, that Shumbha, they are all there. Yes. And what exactly are they symbolizing? Our passions. Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya. See, look at Mahishasura's personality. Full of anger, vengeance, ambition, and pride. Yes. That's why he got killed. Shumbha Nishubha, full of passion, animalistic tendencies, and this Chandamunda and all, very base desires. So they all deserve to be killed. Now these asuras are only symbols of what already exists in the subconscious portions. They are like archetypes, which already exist in the mind. And mother, the story is telling us that mother, her power is required to overcome these asuras, these asuric tendencies, so that the gods will win and all the asuras will be put down. Gods cannot win by themselves, please see. Just goody behavior will not win anything for you. Yes? Right? There must be power behind goodness. There must be power behind holiness. Then only you will win. So for that to happen, that is the meaning actually. For that to happen, you see, Thakur put it the best, I'll tell you. Once he said, it is there in the Kathamrit, he said, Je mon kori ke vashe kore che, tar hridaye jagathatri uday hoy. Thakur says this. One who has subdued his mind, in his heart, Mother Jagathatri awakens. Mother awakens in his heart. So you see, these passions, these demons are already there in the mind, and this entire story is depicting how to overcome these negativities within us. How to overcome, how to win this struggle. And if we win it within ourselves, you will cast an enormous influence around you so that you will be able to overcome the negativity in your society also. The negativity in our cities, the negativities in our families. You will be able to overcome that also. But charity begins at home. You must start with yourself. Start with cleansing our own minds. This entire story is about cleansing the mind of all these asuras. By the power of Shakti, Mother Kali, Mother Durga, she symbolizes the power of higher awareness that subdues the mind. Yes, she is the power of higher awareness that subdues mental tendencies. This non-stop thinking, worrying, anxiety. It's symbolic of whom in the Chatti? Who symbolizes this? Non-stop thinking, non-stop desire. Raktabija, that silly demon, you remember? The story goes that one drop of his blood falling on the ground, another Raktabija comes out. So it's almost impossible to exterminate him, because if you kill him, thousands of Raktabijas will come up. And how mother kills him. See, each of these asuras stands for some tendency of our mind which you can't overcome without this Shakti Sadhana, without awakening the Divine Mother within you. First is the conquest of mind. That is the greatest of all conquests, isn't it? Or is it better to conquer another land? Tell me. In India alone, we developed this idea that actual conquest is self-conquest. When you conquer the lower tendencies of your own mind. And for that, all these stories, these, whatever you call it, some people call it myths, some people call it allegories, were all invented in order to help you understand this. What are the prerequisites for this to happen? you need to awaken power within you. That is the most important thing. So the story of the Chandi begins itself like that, in a scenario of existential angst. Have you heard this word, existential angst? It is a deep kind of insecurity within, so that I want to know what the purpose of life is there. I'm not happy with this state of affairs. So the story begins that way. It comes in the life of a king called Surat Raja. So the problem with him is, you see, his own courtiers have usurped his kingdom and sort of have played tricks on him, and when he realizes this, under the pretext of going for a hunt, he escapes into the forest. Because he knows how dreadful they are, they can even kill him, they have taken away his kingdom already, and so now he is with a very sorry dejected state of mind, he goes into the forest and he searches out for a peaceful place, and he comes to an ashram of a sage called Medha. And this sage has the knowledge of the ultimate. It's a very peaceful ashram. It's a very sublime place. But the king's overactive mind is not allowing him to be at peace. So now these two characters have come in here. Okay, this Surat Raja and the Medha Muni. And then there's a third character who steps in now. The cast is very beautiful, I'm telling you. The third one is called Samadhi. He's a merchant. He also winds his way to this ashram because his own family has usurped all his wealth. His sons, who are now grown up, they have taken away his wealth. His wife has duped him, and so now he also, in deep sorrow, comes to this ashram. Now the king and the Surat and this Samadhi's mental state is almost similar. So after long brooding and understanding that the nature of life is suffering and we can't get out of this and there's no way to overcome these dejections of the mind, they go to the Rishi, they go to Vedas and they tell him that please tell us why this suffering, how do we get out of it? See, a lot of spiritual life begins with this question. Yes? Why am I suffering like this? Is this all to life? I want something else. I want a new light in my life. So they go to the Rishi and they tell him this, and the Rishi says that no, suffering is not the nature of life. Although yes, all creatures in different levels they are undergoing suffering, but that is not the nature of life. There is a way of overcoming this suffering, and the way is through Mahamaya. But her power is such, she can delude you or she can liberate you. She can even delude great, very high-minded, noble souls also. Jnaninapi chetansi Devi Bhagavati Nisa Ramakrishna Mahamaya Parachite. Even enlightened people she can delude. That is her power. But if you please her, if you worship her, she will liberate your mind. She will liberate you. Such a being exists. You learn about her and how to worship her, and you will overcome your suffering. Then they ask her, who is she? Who is this Mahamaya? Tell us about her. And thus begins the Chandi, the story of the Devi Mahatmyam. In 700 verses, they have very beautifully described the nature of this cosmic potency, you can say, cosmic force, the divine mother of the universe, and her nature. And all the stutis are so beautiful in the Chandi. So then how to worship her, how to perform Shakti Sadhana, it is very beautifully described. So those of you who are not acquainted with the Chandi, I would request you kindly go to the scripture. It is a very powerful scripture, but you can't handle the Chandi anyway. Very respectfully you have to handle it. It is the very body of the Divine Mother. Keep it in your shrine, in your home shrine, in a sacred place, and handle it very carefully and read something of it. At first glance it may appear like a gory battle that is happening there. Second glance you will understand it better, that it's something which is happening in our society. Third glance you will understand it's happening within me. So that the solution will come out by itself, what they are trying to say through that entire battle. So the story then proceeds like this. Now both these disciples are sitting at the feet of the Guru to understand what is the nature of Mahamaya, this divine mother of the universe. How by worshipping her I can overcome my problems. Now there are 4 stories intertwined in this scripture. 4 stories. One is the story of Madhukaitam. They are 2 silly demons, So silly I can't tell you. Challenging Vishnu and trying to see, actually Vishnu is your buddhi. There are many times your emotions, there are many incidents in your life, check and see, when your emotions challenge your higher intellect. That is the Madhukaitam story. Yes, because of your emotional conditioning, you are so given to fear and anger or some negative emotion that your intellect stops functioning for some time. So the demon has come into power. And then how Vishnu takes the help of the Divine Mother to get rid of these 2 demons. That's the story. So the idea is this: awakening our vitality within ourselves so that the higher intellect reigns over base passions and emotions is important. That is the meaning of the story. What did I say? The higher intelligence should rule our life, not our silly passions and emotions. Yes, for that, inner vitality is to be awakened towards that. If we sleep through life, many people, they sleep through life. What's the meaning of that? Vitality is not used in life. Why? See, I don't know how to describe vitality actually. Vitality means that willpower, that intense vital force through which you can do anything. They don't touch upon that at all. Life is about solving problems and somehow making my way, living a good life. Without awakening this vitality, you can't live the good life. So these stories are telling us this. Vishnu took the help of the Divine Mother to destroy Madhu and Kaita. The meaning is this: for your higher intellect to function, you require to awaken your vitality. Your entire vital energy should come to a certain level for you to become adamant about something, determined to win. Then only success is possible in life. Then the second story is about this famous Mahishasura, the famous idiot of Chandra. His idea of greatness is he should be the ruler of the universe. Nobody should be able to kill him, and he will drive away the gods and he will rule over everybody. This is his idea of great success in life. So that's why I am calling him an idiot. So Mahishasura has now driven away the Devas. And the Devas, who are the gods? These Indra, Varun, Vayu, all these gods, they go to Vishnu and Brahmaji and Lord Shiva, and this is a big meeting. And in that meeting, they all discuss that, see, it's an evil force, but it has driven away the good forces. See, this is the great irony of life. Many times, the evil seems to supersede the good, isn't it, in life? Why?
Because the good has no force.
If you don't have power behind you, goodness will not work. If you don't have Shakti, you will be overpowered by Mahishasura. So this is what has happened now. The Devas don't know what to do, and despite their goodness, they are being thrown out of heaven, in fact. So now in this meeting they discuss what is to be done. Then they all decide upon something. Their samuhik tej, or you would say energy, their intent and energy and power, all of them come out as it were. The story goes that rays of light came out, beams of light came out of all the gods, including Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar, and took the form of a female form of a Devi. This is how Mother Durga was born, was created. What they are trying to tell us is she is the Tej of the very gods. She is the energy of the highest. And she comes in a female form so that we can relate to her as mother. And then when the Devi was born, see, Mahishasura had asked the boon, I should not be killed by any man. He never thought of a woman. He thought, anyway, they cannot kill me. So she came as a woman. And she rides whom? Lord Shiva himself took the form of the lion. Yes, so that she will ride him. He is the Vahan. And all the weapons she holds, they are all derived from the God's weapons. Each one of them gave a sort of duplicate of his own weapon to the mother. The same energy. So she is a conglomerate of the entire energy of all the gods. The cosmic energy. The divine force of this universe. She has come now in female form and she bursts forth from the heavens. Like the scene is very beautiful. She sort of inundated all the worlds and the skies and thundered and went and stood in front of Mahishasura. And this idiot looked from his window and said, oh, it's only a woman. Yes. And then begins the battle between Mother Shakti and this Asur. And because he underestimates her power and has so much pride and anger within himself, he changes forms. See, Asuras always change forms. He takes the forms of different animals. Once it's buffalo, then lion, then elephant, then some snake or something, and then again buffalo. So it shows that, you see, the deluded mind will take different forms. Yes, animalistic tendencies keep changing forms. You see, it is actually true of the human psyche. To escape something, the person will take some other form. Our mind does all these tricks. So Mahishasura is doing all these tricks, but it's impossible to fool the mother of the universe. And so finally she pins him down and puts her trident through his sides, and then he comes out of that Mahish form as Mahishasura, as his human form, demon form, and then she, with her sword, she cuts off his head. So again, it is the awakening of divine power that is responsible for overcoming all the evil in our life. Just goodiness will not overcome it. Please know this. If there is no power behind our actions and thought and emotion, you are not going to win. You don't deserve to win. Yes, that is the importance of power. Even a thought, if there is power behind it, it goes to a different wavelength altogether. If there is no power behind it, you will not be able to overcome other thoughts through that thought. So this is how, that's why she is Mahishasura Mardini. That is her glory. And then all the gods praise her. And they hail her as the divine mother of the universe. There are these very, very beautiful verses in the Chandi. I'll just give you a few verses here. How mother is described by the gods and how she is praised and what is her nature is beautifully described there. See, it goes like this. There are very beautiful 4 hymns. I'm just picking portions of some of those hymns. Tvayetat dharayate vishvam, tvayetat srijyate jagat, tvayetat palyate devi tvasyante cha sarvada, visrishto srishti rupatvam sthiti rupa chapalane, tatha samriti rupante jagadosya jaganmaye, mahavidya mahamaya mahamedha mahasmriti, mahamoha cha bhavati, mahadevi mahasuri, प्रकृतिस्त्वं हि सर्वस्य गुणत्रय विभाविनी कालरात्रि महारात्रि मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा. You are everything, O mother, he is saying. Tvayetat dharite vishvam. From you is coming this world of manifestation. Tvayetat srijyate jagat. You are the originator of everything, the supreme cause. Tvayetat palyate devi. You are the protectress of this entire thing. Swamasyante cha sarvada, and you reabsorb it into yourself. Visrishto srishti rupa tvam. You are the srishti rupa, you are the creatress, creatrix it's called. Sthiti rupa chapalane. You are the one who maintains the stability of this universe. Tatha samriti rupante. And the disorder of this universe also. Jagatosya Jaganmaye. You are of this world and you have become the world. She is Jaganmayi. She has become the world. I told you this is a very important philosophical standpoint. Not that the world is a reflection of her. She has become this world of manifestation. We only think we are somebody. It's all her. See, did you create your heart and brain? Tell me. Yes? You got it. From whom? You got it at birth. From where? Everything is she, manifesting as you. You and she and that and this. If you go to the heart of creation, existence, you will see it is Prakriti. So this is what they are saying. So she is Jaganmayi. Thakur used to call mother by these names. He used to call her Brahmamayi also. Yes? Chinmayi, Chaitanyamayi, Chaitanya Daini, Ma. She used to call her Mahavayu because she is the vital force within us also. Sarpa he used to say, she is the Kundalini within us. Then he says Mahavidya, she is Mahamaya, Mahamedha, Mahasmrithi. You know these words, so I don't have to translate every word. Have I? Have I to know? So Maha, you are the great intelligence of this universe. You are the great memory of this universe. Mahamoha also you are. You are the great deluder of this universe. Bhavati Mahadevi Mahasuri. You are the great empress of this universe. Prakriti Swami Sarvasya Gunatraya Vibhavini. You are the supreme Prakriti, the primordial cause of this universe and the one who holds the three gunas in place, due to which manifestation of variety has become possible. You are the source of that. And Kalaratri, you are Maharatri, Moharatri, Shradharana. Every aspect of life is pervaded by you. You are verily all that there is, Mother. So like this, very beautiful hymns are there, and even describing the Mother. You know what she is, how she is. You have Saumya, Saumyatara, Shesha, Saumyevyastari Sundari, Yet Para, Parana, Parama, Tvameva Parameshwari, Yetcha Kinchit, Kochit Vastu, Sadasadva, Kilatmike, Tasya Sarvasya Ya Shakti, Satvam, Kim Suyase Maya. How beautifully it is put, I can't tell you. Saumya, Saumyatara, Shesha, you are the most beautiful one, sweeter than the sweetest. And yet you are Para, Parana, Parama, Tvameva Parameshwari. You are also the fiercest possible. This is the combination of the Divine Mother. She is sweet to the child. And to the Asura, to the Asura child, she is the, yes. And then, Yasya Kinchit Pachit Vastu Sadasadva Kilatmike, Tasya Sarvasya Ya Shakti, whatever is manifest in this world, real or unreal, true or untrue, whatever manifests through the mind, through the medium of mind, the source of all that is you. Tasya Sarvasya Ya Shakti, the power behind it is you. Who am I to understand your glory? How do I praise you, O Mother? You are everything that there is. And that is why, as Mataji chanted, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita, Daya Rupena Samstita, everything is there, isn't it? Kanti Rupena Samstita, Matra Rupena Samstita, even Bhranti Rupena Samstita. Namastaste, 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 Namo Namaha. She is there. See the very faith in your heart which has brought you here. Your understanding, your knowledge, your emotion, your devotion, everything is she. If you can see this clearly, it will not be difficult to track the real I. Because usually we feel, I am the individual being. This is my personality and it is 100% real. Without scrutinizing it, we have made huge conclusions. And all of life is about building this personality without understanding what is its nature, what is its source, and what is it moving towards. Without understanding that, without these existential questions, we are trying to develop our intelligence. That's why it's getting lopsided, isn't it? We don't know where to invest our intelligence, where to invest our emotion. We don't know this. For this simple reason, I never turned the light on myself first. This is lacking from our education system. So this is what is being addressed here. Please see, in all these hymns, ultimately they are telling you, awaken the Divine Mother within you and overcome the problems of your life. To appeal to her in prayer, to do puja means this only. Yes, don't make your puja powerless by thinking she's somewhere there and I have to approach her objectively. She is your object to her. She is not an object for you. Yes, she is already in your heart, shining as your awareness, as your will, as your vital energy. Awaken that within you, and that is worship of the Divine Mother. See, this is how beautifully this is described in the Chanti. Do you know? Chitirupena ya Krishnam etad vyapya sthita jagat. This is how she is described. She is the chit within you, consciousness within you. And hence she pervades this entire universe. So awaken her there, worship her there. This is how it is described. So very beautiful this Chandi. Then let me go to the next story. After this Mahishasura birth, there are two other characters in the cast. What are their names? Chanda and Munda. So, and there are two more, Shumba and Nishumba, that comes in the last story. So they have, now mother is sitting on a hill, and the story goes that all these four people don't know who she is. That she is the Divine Mother of the universe. They see her only as a very beautiful young woman. Now they are all asuras, full of ugly passions in their heart. So now they want to possess her. And they send another idiot called Dhumralochan as a messenger who is going to tell mother that please come, my lords are calling you. Now she is the Divine Mother of the universe, so sometimes she plays with them and then she assumes her real form, and Dhumralochan is evaporated in a second, just by whom. And after that, the picture is of a gory battle between the mother and all these demons, and it is very beautifully described. You know how the mother herself takes up different forms. They are all aspects of her. They are all aspects of her. She takes up Varahi, Narayani, so many forms of all the Devis, which are, you can say, the divine, the feminine counterpart of all the Devas. Their energy only coming in female forms, and if they all emerge, they emerge from her and they fight the battle for her, and then finally they merge back into her. So at one point, one Asura tells her, "Oh, you employed so many people to win the war," and she says, "No. Ekaivaham jagatyatra dvitiya kamamanga. Where is the second one? Show me. They are all merged in me." So when you awaken your powers, the Divine Mother within you, all your powers come together. All your capacities will come together. Your very intellect will get consolidated. Your awareness will become pristine, clear, when you awaken the Divine Mother within you. Until then, they appear all different aspects of my personality. And this entire awakening is required to kill that Chanda, Munda and Shumba Nishum. And so this entire thing is depicted as a very gory battle between the mother and her Shaktis and all these Asuras. So that is the main body of the text. And then at the point of the battle, Mother Durga invokes Mother Kali, Chamunda, to kill this Chanda and Buddha actually. So Chamunda is a very ferocious aspect, fierce aspect of Mother. And Mother Kali, it is really a fearsome, emaciated form of the Divine Mother Durga, which fills the whole quarters, She extends to the sky, and such a fierce form, and in no time she is able to destroy a whole lot of asuras and lap up the blood of Raktabija, so that he is not able to recreate himself, duplicate clones of himself, and that is how she wins the battle. This is depicted throughout the Chandi. Now what is this trying to teach us? See, this Rakta Bija, Dhumralochan and all these hordes of asuras, don't think they are some third person realities which sometime in the past. You don't know the nature of your mind, I'm telling you. The nature of the mind is such, especially when we come as human beings, we come with tremendous cognitive capacities. But you come with a huge unconscious and subconscious also. A whole lot of things are packed in that unconscious and subconscious. The very fact that we call it unconscious, it means we are not conscious of what is in there. And a lot of these negativities are already there in our minds. To be able to overcome them, it requires power. This is what this story is signifying. So you invoke the Divine Mother Durga, she will bring her Shaktis. How do you invoke her? That is Shakti Sadhana. You raise your vitality to a particular level. This is Shakti Sadhana. It is very easy to worship an image. It is very difficult to invoke the vitality within us. But worshipping the image, the purpose was this, to invoke the divinity within you. If you actually follow the module of the puja, you will see there in every puja, you will see the divine is first brought out from your heart. This is how it will be taught to you. And brought into the image. And then you worship her there and then you take her back into yourself. So she is already present in your heart. The actual Shakti puja is to awaken her there. So that all these passions, these negativities, these compulsive tendencies and habits in us can be overcome. Otherwise, there is no smooth sailing in human life. Please see. Even your simple decision-making capacity is affected by a whole lot of compulsions. So to clean up this the entire subconscious is no small joke. All puja, especially Shakti puja, is actually meant for that. So the ingredients offered to Mother in the actual puja come from all aspects of life. Have you seen that? Those of you who are in charge of the pujas will know this. All aspects of life have to be brought up to the conscious plane and subdued. The negativities there have to be subdued. Their energy has to be extracted. You can't forget and with your goody-goody behavior you put them into the unconscious and keep it there. Stack it there. It won't work. Everything has to come to the conscious plane. That is the meaning of offering these ingredients to the Mother. And pleasing her through that. So you bring into your conscious mind everything, all the contents of the subconscious and unconscious. Make that a tremendous offering, sacrifice at the feet of the Divine Mother. She will cut out all the negativity within. That is her power. When you awaken her within yourself by invoking your own vital energy. Your own vital energy. See, let me give you a very good paradigm of how this works. There is energy coursing within us, in our veins. We don't usually understand that. Because we have nothing in our education process which told you energy is within you. There is a certain level of energy within you which is called vital energy. But this is there in all our scriptures. It's called pranic energy. But this is not there in anywhere in your science because this energy is there in the pranamaya kosh, not in the annamaya kosh. So they never detected it. Anyway, energy cannot be detected, so they don't consider this energy at all. No doctor will tell you there is something like prana. But don't you feel energetic within yourself, vitally alive within yourself? So that is that energy that they are talking about. Now, energy cannot be seen. Even physical energies, electricity, any form of nuclear energy, electromagnetic radiation cannot be seen. But does that mean it's not there? The laws of energy are the same for all energies. What is the primary law of energy? Law of conservation of energy. What is that law? Who can tell me? Correct. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form into another. Same applies to your vital energy. You cannot create it. You did not give birth to it, nor did your mother give birth to it. It was given to you. It is the divine functioning within you. And you cannot destroy it either. But you can transform it. That is the way to transform the human personality. You can change that energy from one base aspect to another higher aspect. Once we learn how to handle this vital energy within us, we will understand the true significance of Shakti Puja. If I don't know how to handle my own energies, what is the point in handling all the energies of the world? Tell me. That's why we are doing world wars. Because it's there in the UNESCO primary document that wars begin in the minds of men. Do they begin anywhere else? When I can't handle my own anger, when I can't handle my own passion and desire, I will get into conflict. So everything begins with me. Everything begins with how we learn to handle this system. And if I'm telling you, if you can't handle your energies, there is no way in which we can handle the energies outside of us. We will not do it maturely. Yes, she told you, I just came from Japan and I visited Hiroshima. And oh my God, what a disaster. It is so painful to visit that place. Today, of course, Hiroshima looks like Paris. But when you go to the memorial there, it gives you so much pain for the simple reason this entire disaster was purely man-made. It was not a natural disaster. It was created by human anger, human revenge. It was created by the human being and it went on for 3 generations, the devastation. And what pain and agony in every generation. It is unimaginable. There are 2 things which actually you should visit to see how the human mind can work. One is this Hiroshima, second is that Auschwitz in Austria, that those concentration camps which the Nazis used. How can one human being do this to another human being? So the level of negativity within us, we should understand, and that is why all these are the means to overcome that negativity. Whenever you are asking any problem about, any question about spiritual life, you are asking for this. How can I overcome this thing within me? So then the answer is awaken the Divine Mother within you. Awaken your vital energies, your inner power, so that you can subdue the passions of your mind. If this you don't do, there is no Shakti Puja. Don't think I went to a pandal and offered a few flowers and my Shakti Puja is done. No. That's the beginning. That's the symbol for you to awaken her within you. Isn't it? Tell me. That's the most important aspect of Shakti Puja, is that you invoke the divine in your own heart and subdue the tendencies of the mind. So that when I told you Mother Kali, she symbolizes the power of awareness which has the capacity to subdue mind. Yes, she embodies that. So when we are able to do that, you will see problems of life will just go. In fact, you will become a focal point for all that is good and noble in life. You will become the change maker in your family, in your society. Yes. But without this, if I myself am full of problems and unable to solve these things in my life, what can I contribute to my society, to my nation? Tell me. Even in simple decision making, we won't be able to do it rightly if our vital forces are not functioning at a certain pitch. So very important to do this. In fact, yoga will tell you this only. Yoga psychology will tell you this. First learn how to handle your energies, how to clear your mind, how to deepen your awareness, how to become fully conscious, how not to give in to any form of negativity, how not to react. These are the primary lessons of life. So in this story, the Chandi, they are depicted in this way, this story format. So then the last story, lastly we come to this Shumba and Nishum, who are the real villains of the story, okay? They are full of passions and unable to see the divinity of the Divine Mother and warlords. So first Nishum attacks her and then Mother is able to defeat him, and then Shumbha comes and then the huge battle happens, and finally Mother is victorious. Then there is another hymn which praises Mother. The whole point of all these hymns, and then there is the conclusion of the Chandi, is that the Divine Mother alone will be able to make the gods victorious. So if goodness has to win, righteousness has to win, there must be power behind it. Otherwise it will not win. Yes, that's the law. That's the cosmic law of the universe. See, we as a culture should appreciate this. Very, very important to appreciate. Because we have almost 1,000-year history of slavery. Yes. Because we didn't awaken the divine within us. And of course, we have a history of traitorship that is there. But I'm telling you, it's not enough just goodness. It will become a superficial thing. In the dualities of life, it is force that brings goodness into manifestation. It gives it the power to overcome evil. So, awakening of the Divine Mother is very, very important. Now, I will go into a little bit into what exactly Thakur used to say on all this. Okay. Sri Ramakrishna made it very clear, the Shakta philosophy. He used to say that because everything is under the jurisdiction of my Divine Mother, without her blessings, without taking refuge in her, you cannot overcome this Maya. He used to say this. And then he used to say, only when you attain the state of Samadhi, then you will understand get the knowledge of Brahman. Until then, you are in Shakti Elakai, Achal. You are in the jurisdiction of Shakti. So you have to worship her to get there. You know, once Holy Mother, Sri Shraddha Devi, she asked Swami Brahmananda, through Golak Ma she asked him. You know, Swami Brahmananda was the first president of the Ramakrishna Order. So she asked him, Rakhal, why do we worship the Divine Mother? And Rakhal Maharaj said, because she has the key to the knowledge of Brahman. She has the key. That's why Vedanta is never easy. We are making it very simplistic through all our discussion of Upanishads and all that. If you actually practice it, it is not easy. Unless you awaken your vitality, you will not understand what full awareness or clear awareness means. It is not a concept. So all the more not possible to understand. It's way beyond the mind. And mind has to be subdued for this to happen. So without Shakti Puja, actually speaking, there is no higher realization. That's the bottom line. Thakur, that's why I say just you go into the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, everything will be made clear. Because Sri Ramakrishna puts it very clearly. Then, let me give you this incident that there is one way in which Shakti Puja is to be done. Mother has to be pleased. How do you please the Divine Mother? When you call her mother, she gets pleased. Wholeheartedly. See, Thakur recommended only this one sadhana. You know, he said, with deep affection and tears in your eyes, pray to the Divine Mother. This is the simple sadhana. I'm telling you, if you actually pray like this for 2 minutes, you will clear your mind for the next 10 months. This is the power of prayer. And if you pray to the Divine Mother as a child asks from his mother, she will answer. Thakur has given the exact truth. This is the one thing he recommended. Pray to the Divine Mother as a child. Demand from her. She is your very own. And she will answer. So you see, all complicated kind of sadhanas we don't require to do. this heartful prayer in complete sincerity, understanding our position, our existential angst, if we can appeal to her, she will awaken within our hearts. This is a very simple sadhana which Sri Ramakrishna has spoken of, because you see, a mother will always respond. Anybody else may or may not respond, but a mother will always respond, isn't it? Even a human mother, we all understood only from our human mothers, isn't it? A mother will always respond. There are such beautiful stories. Let me tell you one story, and then we will open up the floor for Q&A also. See, there is this beautiful story it comes in the life of Shivaji. How he became a great Shakti worshipper. I don't know if you know the story already. It is recorded. It's a historical fact. It's not a concocted story. There was a fort called Raigad, which was at one time the capital of Chhatrapati Shivaji. So at the foothills of Raigad is on a hill. At the foothills was a village in which there lived a milkmaid. Her name was Hira. Have you heard the story? Hira's story? Yes. So only one of you, I think. So yes. So it's a very beautiful story. So this Hira was only a young mother, 18, 19 years old, and she had a baby who was only a few months, some 4-5 months old. Now she lived with her mother-in-law. Nothing is mentioned about her husband. Maybe we don't know what, she lost him or something maybe. So what she would do is every day she would milk her cows and go up the Raigad fort and sell the milk there, and then come back quickly and attend to all the home needs and look after her child, serve her mother-in-law. This is how she used to work. So one day she goes up the fort with the milk, and suddenly it happened that she was speaking with somebody, and she forgot the time, and the doors of the fort closed. And the soldiers who are standing there are reluctant to open the doors for her to go back home. So for the evening and night she's stuck inside within the fort. Now she's a young mother, her heart is pining for her child, and because it's a breastfed baby, she can't but go home. So she appeals in different ways, but the soldiers don't listen to her. And then she comes inside the fort. She sees that there is she goes around that fort and those huge citadels, and there she sees there's one spot which she can climb up to. That she sees that spot and she climbs up. She goes there, and with great difficulty she climbs to the top. And then when she views, she sees she's so many thousands of feet, and her village is looking so small there. But she feels, how can I leave my child like that for the night? He will be unfed and he will cry. I have to go home. So you know what she did? She jumped from there. She jumps almost some 400, 500 feet. And fortunately she landed on some tree. Then she slid on that mountain and went down and rolled and fell, and she was all bruised when she reached home. She fed her child. And then next morning, again with her milk, she is back on the Raigad fort. And then all the soldiers saw her and said, "Hey, didn't we lock you inside yesterday? How did you go home?" Then she said, "No, somehow I won't tell you." But then they forced her to tell how did she come out of the fort. Then she showed the weak spot in the fort. And then the news went to Shivaji, and he came out to see what has happened. And then when he saw and heard all that had happened, he went to that spot and he told his soldiers, "See, she has done us a great service by showing us a spot from where the enemy can get in and get out as she did. We didn't realize this. And secondly, she has shown us the glory of motherhood. Only a mother can do this. Who else can do this?" So you see, mother idea, so ingrained in the human psyche. If you approach her as mother, she will grant you whatever you require. Nothing else is required. Shakti Sadhana that way is very simple. Only thing is that tar should not be cut in the middle. Your prayer should have no it's like a transmission wire. There must be no blocks there. There must be no complications there. With the simplicity of a child, if you can approach her and pray to her, she will solve all your problems, Thakur used to say. So this Hira story, actually I gave this story just to show you that a mother will always respond. A mother will always do for you whatever you require. That is the glory of Shakti Sadhana, Shakti worship, that you can approach the divine in a way where it is 101% guarantee the divine will respond when you approach her as mother. And if you are not still able to do that, if you are not able to approach the divine as mother, most of all it requires many other forms of sadhana to cleanse the mind and then do this. Because she is easily approachable as mother. She is ever-present reality of this universe, and a mother will always respond. So it's very easy that way. In our bhav, Shakti sadhana is easy. The paraphernalia and the actual method of Shakti puja externally is not easy. It is difficult. But in our bhav, it is the most simple thing you can do. As we approach our mothers, like that you approach God, and it is the nursery of all greatness, I am telling you. This Matri Bhav, Matri Puja, it is from there that everything else stems. She is the source of everything. So if we are able to do that with the divine, the response will immediately come. Try it and see. I told you, 1 or 2 minutes of prayer to the Divine Mother wholeheartedly, fully riveted on her, and with tears in your eyes, you won't be the same for the next 10 months. That is the impact of Shakti Puja. So with this, I want to end this first session here.